I want to improve the cooling performance of my shop truck project, mainly the transmission cooler, and I eventually want to be able to add an oil cooler. I've got some parts on the table over there. Let's see what I can kind of just cobble together. So I've got a cooler like this in the shop truck project right now connected to the automatic transmission, and it seems to work okay. I've got a thermostat on the inlet that kicks a fan on, and we'll turn this thing on when it gets to like 185 or something like that. Seems to work okay, but I think I can get more cooling out of it by going with something like this. This is out of a 2003 to 2005 Lincoln LS, and it's got on the bottom here this wider section. See how well that shows up. You can see there's a dividing line like right there. The bottom section is a transmission cooler, and then there's an integrated oil cooler. But there's this whole blank section here that looks like it's meant to have another cooler on it. So I went and got a second one, and I'm going to cobble these things together, probably use 2 transmission coolers, 1 oil cooler, put it all together and make one large unit that I think will work. It's all just riveted together, so it should be pretty simple to kind of pick and choose parts and put everything together into one. Let's see if it'll work. All right, so the first thing I gotta do is disassemble one of these cooler brackets. So this is the one I've decided I'm gonna take apart. I just wanna salvage the transmission cooler out of this one, and it's gonna get added to that one. So I've got a 1/4-inch drill bit. I think that should be enough to just drill the heads off the rivets and be able to punch them out and get them off the bracket. See what happens. Don't wanna go crazy, because I do want to salvage the bracket. So I'm just trying to drill basically the flange off where the rivet is bent over. We can go grab a hammer and punch and see if that'll come apart. So I'm just taking it really slow because I don't want to damage the bracket I need to use to remount this thing. So there we go. There's one bracket off. There's the little rivet. And brackets are intact. Now I got to figure out how to get these two apart. Without damaging the part that I want to keep. I have an idea. Don't like it, but I have an idea. Let me see, maybe you can see there, just between, where are we? There you go, right there. You see that? They're like little nubs between the two, between the oil cooler and the transmission cooler. That is what needs to be dealt with. I hope it'll work. It should. Just taking it slow. If I'm gonna slip, I'd rather slip on the oil cooler side. So just taking it slow. I think it was successful. So you can see all those little nubs that were holding it one piece to the other, and I was able to cut through the ends here without cutting into basically the fluid jacket. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to run some fluid through this thing. I'm going to, because there are two holes here that were there all the time. It's not like they were Yeah, it's like the fluid flows around those. I just want to make sure I didn't nick something that that I shouldn't have. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm going to go run some water through these and see what happens. I'll be back. Oh, here's where I'm at. I've got this thing full of water. Very slowly sat here, just trickling water into it. Let it bleed down. You can actually see the water going down and eventually starts to come out the bottom hose. So now, more importantly, there is no water, whoops, coming out anywhere else, out of any of the fins. Everything else is dry and no leaks. Sweet. Now I gotta try to get all the water out of this thing, but more importantly is there are no leaks. So I can clean this all up, maybe, and then yeah, I'll just kind of go from there. I'll clean up some of these other cuts, and then we'll work on reattaching the two, or reattaching this one to the other bracket and connecting everything with hoses, and yeah, and then fix some of these bent fins, this one and the other one. But yeah, no leaks, so off to a good start. All right, so here's what I got figured out, what I was working on. Obviously I needed to figure out how to get this cooler mounted to this bracket. Obviously I want it to go in this orientation because all the hoses for the transmission cooler are on that side. They need to be on that side. Oil cooler remain on this side. The problem was the bracket, the little elbow bracket that was riveted, that connected to the cooler to the mounting bracket. Those rivets, they're right here. As you can see, I had to cut them off. I was trying to figure out, I used the beat up oil cooler to try to figure out how to get these off, and I drilled the rivet out. Very careful because the rivet goes into or between the cooling fins. And I was able to get the rivet out, but these must be like brazed on or something, so I wasn't able to get that apart. So I had to cut those 90s off there, and now, let's see if I can get a good angle of this. Everything will mesh together, and I ground down the rivet. Everything will mesh together relatively nicely, as you can see, like that. It almost looks factory, right? But I have no way to attach this cooler now to that bracket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend up my own. I am going to basically just do like a strap that's going to rivet to the bracket here. It'll come up, it'll, 90 up across all of them, back down to this side and get re-riveted on this side. And it'll just be a thin strap that'll hold the two in place. I think it'll work. Because the mounting brackets themselves have a joggle that this sits in. So once that's strapped in place, it can't really go anywhere. I mean, it can shift a little bit back and forth, but I think once I get it in there, and if I build that bracket secure enough or tight enough, precision enough, that I think it'll hold everything together just fine. That's the hope anyway. We're making there. We're getting there. Making progress. But I think it's going to work. And then on this end, where all the hoses are, I'll just, it'll be, where's the top? I guess this will be the top. So it'll be like that. The cooler, or the fluid will come in here. It'll flow out the bottom one, back into the other one, and then back out to the transmission. That's the plan anyway. I think I can make it work. Good morning. So, came out this morning. I finished making the straps that hold all the coolers together, and that all turned out really good. So just bent up 2 half-inch wide aluminum strips, riveted it across all the coolers, and that just kind of sandwiches everything together. But this is the cooler that I'm running right now, and I did a video on this whenever I installed it, I believe. If I did, I'll link to it up here. But this is the one that's going to be coming out. I've already got it all disconnected. I did have to order some hose adapters because the coolers that I'm putting in have 1/2-inch barb inlets and outlets, and this is 3/8. So I'm gonna have to step up to a 1/2-inch hose. But this is gonna come out, and then I'm gonna work on mounting those coolers in here after I do some straightening of the fins on that radiator, because that thing is beat up a little bit after several years of working on this thing. But the idea is that I'm going to mount those coolers further back than this, closer to the radiator, and it'll just, again, give it that more of like a stock look, stock fit. And then hopefully I have a fan on the back of this one. I may try to reuse it, but then obviously the radiator fan will help with drawing air through the entire system and keep everything cool. So let me get this out, and then I'll get the other cooler in place, and we'll work on getting everything all mounted up. So I'm an idiot, but at least I caught myself before I drove myself crazy. Here's what I'm doing. I'm making this bracket that's gonna bolt onto the truck. I'm gonna make 2 of these. These are gonna bolt in place so I can get everything right where I need it. But I welded this nut on there for 2 reasons. One, to act as a spacer, and second, excuse the allergies, I was able to screw the bolt in, cut the head off, and weld it in place to make a stud. But the nut there needed to be for a little bit of a spacer. And that's gonna mount right there on the cooler, okay? Following? It's gonna basically bolt right to this point here. I'm making this bracket so that the cooler can slide up and then slide on and then mount into the stud. Kind of the opposite of what it does in the Ford LS that I took it out of. It actually drops down into like a Z bracket and then goes onto the hole, and the bolt goes through, and that holds it in place. But because I need the transmission connections on the driver's side, I got to do it opposite. But I didn't have to, but because I'm just utilizing existing holes. But what I was trying to do was make this, I was trying to bend this to make like a Z bend to make that little pocket that I could weld to this bracket for this to slide up into. Dummy. I've got the old brackets that already have that little like Z bend in them. So I'm going to cut these up, and then these will go basically here. I'll have to rivet them in place because this is aluminum, this is steel. No big deal. But what I'll be able to do is cut these up and make a little piece that will rivet on there. Give me that little pocket like that. Hopefully that's showing up good on camera. And then this will be able to slide up in there and secure it. And then this will bolt in place. And then this will go into the truck. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hopefully it makes sense. I'll hopefully be able to show it better on the truck. Guys, always make sure, lube your drill bits, lube your holes. It'll make your drill bits last so much longer. And Anchor Lube is probably one of the best lubes I've ever used. So hopefully this gives a little bit better clarity or a better understanding. So here's the bracket. I'm probably going to have to trim the top off just to give some clearance around, oh, you can't see behind the horn, the upper hose attachment. But the bracket is right here. I only got 1 bolt holding it in. I actually used an existing bolt from the radiator. I just replaced it with a longer one, slid it on, put a nylock nut on there, but you can see this. So now the cooler, sorry guys, I'm dying from allergies. This slides up behind there, and it bolts right there. And then my hoses, this one, lower one here, will connect right here. Again, you can't see it, it's behind the grill. I've added the little loop hose right there. So transmission fluid will come up out of the transmission, out of this hose, through the thermostat, and into the upper hose connection. It'll flow through the upper cooler, through the loop hose there, into the bottom one, and then back out to the transmission. Now I just got to make that whole bracket for the other side and add a secondary attachment point like right there. So yeah, it's coming together. All right, so as you can see, I've got it all back together. It's running, there are no leaks. I've actually got the wheels chalked. I've got it in gear because Dodge's, the transmission pumps don't pump unless it's in gear. So I'm doing that because I want to check the temperature drop across the coolers. Now, in all fairness and all transparency, I did redo my mounting brackets. I really wanted the coolers to drop into those brackets and then bolt into the top. So I ended up drilling out all the rivets and basically flipping those brackets over so that instead of the cooler going up and in, now it goes down and in. So, but let's take a look at this thing. So the inlet, right at the inlet, I am reading 130 degrees. And on the outlet, just over 100. So that's like a 25, 30 degree drop across those coolers. And that's just sitting here with just the engine fan going. I may try to either reuse the fan that I had on here, or I may get a slim fan so that I can fit it maybe between the cooler and the radiator. But I'm gonna run this and see how this does first. I mean, I'm in Vegas, summertime's coming, starting to get warm, so we'll see what happens. If I need to add a fan, I will. So yeah, everything is together and running good. I got 0 leaks. I'm really happy with it. Pretty simple project and really inexpensive by using Junkyard parts. Really appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next one.